Well, here we are well into the session. I've had two decent F1s early on and missed a bite, but I've come off of the maggot feeder purely because I'm just getting taps all the time constantly from tiny roach. You can't sit there and wait for a decent fish. I've tried a pellet cone, I've not had a bite or a liner off of that. There's a few skimmers about, but they're only very small on soft pellets. And I'm trying to sit and wait for a decent fish, but with a cold night last night, it really has put pay to the decent fish feeding well. But I'm just going to stick to my guns and hopefully catch some quality fish later on in the session. Like I say, there's definitely one or two decent fish about at the start. But what quite often happens on these lakes is the fish will move away from you once the pressure goes on. And like I say, I'm getting an odd little indication on corn, but I know they're off of small fish. They're definitely not off of decent fish, because at the start when there was some decent fish around, the bites I had was real positive unders. And now the float's just dinking around. Might even have a good go on soft pellets just to see if I can put a few pound of these smaller skimmers in the net while I'm waiting for the bigger fish hopefully to turn up. But it's definitely the kind of peg that later on in the session, you know, some carp or some F1s could appear, purely because you've got the underwater feature of the bar. I've caught a few fish now. I've had 6 decent F1s and a couple of better skimmers. And what I decided to do, I was just getting absolutely pestered with small skimmers and small roach, no matter what I had on the hook, even corn in the end. So I've cut out feeding the micro pellets. And I'm not getting hardly any signs now, but the signs I do get are off decent fish. Like I say, I've caught a few more F1s. I've foul hooked 2 that have both come off, and I've had 2 half decent skimmers as well. One about 1.5 pounds, one about 10 ounces, so it definitely seems to have worked. I think that coincided with the time of the day, some bigger fish on the move. It definitely seems to have spurred the swim into action as far as bigger fish are concerned. It really was a nightmare. There was hundreds and hundreds of like hand-sized skimmers and smaller. And like I say, I caught a roach and a skimmer on sweet corn as well, which is quite unusual. But I'm not getting many indications now, but it's nice that you're just sitting there and waiting. And when you do get a sign, it's off of a quality fish. I've had another go on the pellet cone, no bites at all. I think, to be honest, that the frost last night has done a little bit more damage than I thought. I thought that the warm day yesterday would have held the lake's temperature up, but it's obviously dropped that little bit too low. There was a bite there then, which I missed, but it's definitely a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be.